She was about 14, brunette, named Hannah. Slender, brooding eyes. I'll never forget the day she darkened my doorstep. I never wanted a child, but my darling husband insisted on having a spiritual awakening and opening our home to a filthy gutter snipe for the sake of our immortal souls. I hated the idea. I didn't want our life to change. But my husband was adamant. If we can spare even one child from suffering, he would say, his hand on my cheek, we have to try. Reluctantly, I agreed. So along came Hannah, with only the clothes on her back. It wasn't easy at first. Twice I caught her sneaking about the house at night, raiding the pantry. She seemed convinced that she needed to hoard food in her attic bedroom. I wanted to punish her, but something in her eyes stopped me. Clearly she was haunted by something. So both times I swallowed my pride, gave her an apple, and sent her back to bed. Against my better judgment, I grew to tolerate the girl. The arrangement was only temporary anyway. She began helping me around the house while my husband worked. Slowly she began to open up. I learned she was from an eastern village. Her family had been chased from their home by their own neighbors. They were refugees, starving. Her father stole bread and was hanged for a thief, and her mother simply left one night, never to return. She was living on the street. I assured her she would be safe with us. While I taught her a woman's domestic woes, my husband schooled her mind. They'd spend hours in the evenings poring over his books. I tried not to be jealous of all the attention he lavished upon her. Soon, he was spending more time tutoring Hannah than he spent with me. He even spoke of adopting Hannah, an idea I expressly rejected. I had grown to respect the girl, but the fact remained that I never asked for this. This was his crusade. That's when he gave me an ultimatum. Where Hannah went, he would follow, with or without me. Called me wretched. As I looked into her innocent eyes, I knew what I had to do. I began treating Hannah like my own daughter. She finally began to act like a child again, her eyes full of laughter instead of fear. One morning, I sent Hannah to her room when my husband left for work. I needed to visit a man in town. That evening, my husband read the newspaper as Hannah cheerfully swept the floor. A little happy family, whole at last. Until thunderous knocks rattled the door. 4 screaming Gestapo men kicked it down, their machine guns pointed at Hannah and my husband. No one moved, no one even breathed. As Hannah's pleading eyes silently burned into mine, I had only one thing to say. That's them, officer. The sympathizer and the Jew.